RSM Livecast, ladies and gentlemen. We're calling today Email Day. I'm going to respond to two. Can you see me there?
Yeah,
I'm going to respond to two emails.
His mic is up, right, Len?
Yes.
Do we want to talk about that?
No.
Of course, Lynn never wants to.
Never
I like to bring the problems up to the forefront.
We can just say a quick apology for the audio not being
I'm not
up to our
apologizing.
standard.
I said, my mic's off. Everybody pay attention. Nobody fucking paid attention. All right.
What are we doing? What are all these
Here's
bottles
the
of
deal.
oil here for?
I've got two emails here that we're going to read and then address. The first one is from Jeff with seemingly just one F. You ever seen that before?
No.
No.
I've seen.
Geoff, but
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's,
J-E-F.
it's like Jif. but with
Seemingly
an I.
from Jeff.
Or E.
And Jeff reads, subject line is oils, which clearly we've got. Jeff reads, how do I pick the right oil? Olive oil, extra virgin, vegetable, canola, peanut, Quaker State? Grr. Please help. We can do that, Jeff. There's two ways to think about oil, I think. And pardon the not so refined definition of the first one, which I call lubrication. Oil, in many recipes, is meant to help things cook and not stick and add a little bit of moisture, right? Mm-hmm. The other type of oil is for flavoring. And you can really separate those sort of like this. Vegetable oil here could go like this. This will be the lubrication side. Mm-hmm. Vegetable oil, canola oil, peanut oil, regular olive oil. Those guys all go over there. This is regular olive oil too. It'll go here. These guys
different category.
are all extra virgin olive oils or specialty oils. This one, for example, is a basil olive oil, right?
So
Probably not extra virgin, but it's basil olive oil. But clearly it's meant to flavor. These guys are meant to lubricate. Simple as that. These guys are meant to flavor. The difference between vegetable oil and canola oil is not that significant. Mm-hmm. There are plenty of salad dressings that say start with vegetable oil. I would never do that.
it's more about plastic versus glass.
Well, but that's a good. You know what? It's an interesting point because clearly these are going to be more expensive because they're in glass. But there's also a reason for most of these being in dark glass, and that's because the dark glass protects the expensive oil inside from light diminishing its quality. You don't want to keep oil in direct sunlight. Even in a dark bottle, if the sun shone right in here, you wouldn't want to keep an oil right there. I keep them all over there, they're away from that. So Jeff, I want you to think about this. Here's where I use these guys, the non-flavoring oils. Canola and vegetable oil, I don't really use that much. If I have to deep fry something, I'll probably go to canola. Can't remember why I have the vegetable oil here, and you can't even remember the last time I used it. They're kind of interchangeable. This is peanut oil, and peanut oil smokes at a higher temperature. If I was doing a wok kind of stir fry thing, and I wanted to get my wok screaming hot and then put oil in, if I put peanut oil in, it wouldn't smoke nearly as fast as if I put, vegetable or canola oil in. But because so many people have allergies to peanuts these days, or seemingly have allergies to peanuts, don't really buy into the whole thing, I don't really use peanut oil a lot. I certainly would never use it for an event or a class that I was doing. So let's just take peanut oil out of the equation. This is regular, everyday olive oil. This is what comes out of this.
Just in a squeeze bottle for convenience.
Just in a squeeze bottle because I use it all the time. Here's the deal. Extra virgin olive oil. All these guys right here. Extra virgin olive oils are from the first pressing of the olives. So you get way more flavor, way more taste and it's way more expensive. This bottle of olive oil could be $20, and this bottle of canola oil could be $6. And look how much more you're getting. It's 4 times the amount, 6 times the amount for like 4 or 5 times the price. Doesn't really make sense, right? You think that would be more, it's not. First pressing of the olives is the extra virgin olive oil, and I use it for flavoring food. When I make a a filet, one of my favorite little fillets to have. It's a filet, a crumbled blue cheese on top, and then a really good extra virgin olive oil over the top of it. You use it for flavor. If I was making burgers and I was going to saute some mushrooms, I would use this one, the regular olive oil, not the extra virgin. I'm not looking, when I'm sauteing mushrooms for a burger, Jeff, I'm not looking for flavor. I'm really looking for lubrication because I'm going to add flavor in the form of salt, garlic, vermouth, that kind of stuff. Extra virgin olive oil is meant for flavoring. Risotto that you would make, last thing I would add to it, little extra virgin olive oil. One of my favorite breakfasts is a great piece of whole wheat toast with a ripe avocado mashed over the top of it, poached egg on top, little kosher salt and pepper, and then a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil for the flavor. It adds a really delicious richness. Now that I've said that, understand that extra virgin olive oils fit people like cowboy boots fit people. And it seems like a stupid analogy, but here's the deal. Max and I right now probably wear, what size shoes do you have? Which size
11.
shoes? 11. So I wear 10 and a half, sometimes 11. So he could put on my dress shoes, he could put on my sneaker things, he could put on any of my regular shoes and wear them, no big deal. But if I had a pair of cowboy boots that mold to your foot after a couple of months of wearing them, he put them on, it wouldn't feel right. That's a long way to say, because I like this extra virgin olive oil, doesn't mean you will. That's why when you go to a good cookware store that sells them, or an olive oil store, you can taste them because they all have different properties. Some are fruity or some are less fruity, some are more acidic, some are less acidic. This one right here has polyphenols in them that after you take a sip of it, you feel here in the back of your throat. It's really interesting. Some people don't like that. It's a very personal thing. And people ask me which olive oil I like, and I say, it's really hard for me to answer. I will say this. This one is from Bed Bath & Beyond. It's not a Bed Bath & Beyond commercial, even though I do stuff for them. But this one you can get at, what's the?
World Market.
World Market. World Market that's owned by Bed Bath & Beyond. And the big Bed Bath & Beyonds have this. This bottle's like $9, I think. And it's a really nice, sort of very usable middle of the road olive oil. If you don't want to spend a lot of money and you just want to dip your toe in the water. Hold on, let me make sure I'm answering all your questions. Quaker State, Jeff, no, we would not use that. Peanut we talked about, extra virgin olive oil. So this guy right here, out of this tin that I get at Restaurant Depot, it's probably $18 or something for this, which is a lot of oil. It's really good, but it does what it's supposed to do. Add just a tiny little bit of flavor, sort of a little butteriness, but lubrication. I mean, I don't want to say it shitty like that, but that's really what it is. And then some of these guys are flavored. Truffle oil, basil, rosemary, that kind of stuff.
Maybe a little truffle oil on like some French fries.
Truffle
Toss
oil
them
on
in
French
that.
fries, really outstanding. Yeah. Scrambled eggs, I think we did that in the
Oh,
show. Did we do
love
that?
it with the
We did the
scrambled
slow
eggs.
scrambled eggs with a little truffle oil drizzled in. Really, really nice. But really the thing to do is try one. I wouldn't go out, find a $50 olive oil and buy it and bring it home, because you might get home and go, well, this just fucking sucks. And it's not that it sucks, it's that maybe it sucks for you. I think we've done well here, right?
Absolutely. One quick thing is
Yes.
that, give me that tin.
The tin?
So I'm not saying that this in particular is not. I'm sure it absolutely is. This comes
Yeah.
from Restaurant Depot, one of our favorite places.
Yes.
But you see how it says product of Italy right there?
Yes.
There's actually, it's very
Yes.
controversial, but there's basically companies out there that pass off extra virgin olive oil that's not from Italy as if it was from Italy.
Because Italy obviously is seen as like the Mecca.
Yes.
But check this out. So I didn't know anything about olive oil, and honestly didn't really care about olive oil until I went to a big cooking event in New Zealand a few years ago. We shot down there as a big cooking event, and I was given this bottle of olive oil that you can't get here as a little thank you gift at one of the places that I was at. Brought it home, started to use it. Ultra premium, extra virgin olive oil. 11 minutes. Okay. Opened it up, started to use it. When the bottle ran out, it sat on my desk, empty. And I would crack it open and I would smell the empty bottle. I loved it so much. We haven't even discussed how olive oils go bad. I'm just telling you, when you find an oil you like, you'll find a way to use it. Feel free to write again if you have more questions, Jeff. I think we've done a good job. When we come back, we're answering Stu's email about brining a flattened half chicken breast. I'm not going to give anything away except to say, but Stu, I got your back. All right, welcome back. So here we go. Email from Stu that reads, I like to make pan sauteed chicken breast dinners, such as piccata, parmesan, schnitzel, and the like. Often my chicken is dried out. I'm always fearful of serving raw chicken, so I guess I overcook it. Could I brine it to give me a little more forgiveness time in the saute pan? And how do I brine it so that it's moist but not salt laden? So it's interesting. So here's the deal. Brining is using water, salt, and sugar, sometimes herbs if you want, but though they're not really important, to help add moisture to generally poultry before you cook it. Brining a turkey before Thanksgiving is a great thing to do. But cooking a little piece of chicken in the pan stew doesn't really require brining, because you write here, could I brine it to give a little more forgiveness time in the saute pan? Because it was brined, if you cook it the same long, too hot way, it's still going to be dried out. That's not going to help you. What's going to help you is not cooking the shit out of it in an extremely overly hot pan for far too long. Am I right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Master Chef over there.
No, agreed,
right?
man. Yeah.
He's had his issues with eggs, but he knows how to cook a piece of chicken.
I do. I do.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make piccata just for you, Stu, because I think it's a great idea. Show people how to make it. It's nice and simple, but
I've never had piccata.
you haven't?
No.
Interesting.
Have you, Lynn?
Yeah. It's like standard
Piccata is a pretty standard thing. And it's very simple. It's really, you dredge the chicken in a little bit of flour, you cook in the pan, then it's lemons and capers and a little white wine or whatever. Sorry?
All about the capers.
It's all about the capers.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, oh, holy shit. Could I put more flour in here? Because I'm not doing that much. Okay, so we've got way too much flour in there.
Do you buy free range chicken?
What's that say? This says,
chicken.
this is 100% natural. And
Do
you
you,
know
Lynn?
what? What does that even mean?
No
I don't
one-
even
no
know
one
what that
knows.
means.
No one knows.
Nobody knows what that means. 100% natural is a bullshit title.
So
I
if
think
you're
it
there,
is.
if you're standing there in the aisle and you're looking at free range and non-free range, what do you go for?
Man, I think that's a discussion for another day, man.
It's a
That's
discussion for another day.
Because
Yeah.
I was there the other day and I was looking at it and I went with the free range.
It just
It was like $2 more, and I was like,
You've got
I guess
this.
I
You've
want.
got this idea that the chickens. You know, it'd be good to have somebody here to talk about that. You've
You-
got this
I have the idea of a million
Why
chickens.
you leave the camera?
Because
down?
I want to talk. I have an idea of a million chickens stuffed in together.
Right, and then free range. You think they're out there like sunbathing and shit, little sunglasses and drinks with a little umbrella. I don't think that's what it is.
That's probably not true, but they're probably not stuffed a million into a 3 square foot cage.
I don't know.
they might, but they might.
Okay,
just let
can
them
we
out.
please? Can we just cook?
Yes.
Stu's
Let's
sitting
cook this.
there waiting to. Okay, so we're gonna season the flour well with kosher salt, right? And we're gonna give it some fresh ground pepper. Oh, I got this kind of on a big grain, but that's okay. And I don't know that this is traditional. It's probably not, but I like a tiny little bit of the heat, so I'm going to give just a little bit of cayenne. And cayenne you have to use really sparingly because it can make things super hot. All right, this is fine. We mix this, right? Okay. Ah. I'm making a mess. I'm going to start heating my pan over here, Stu. My pan that my uncle used a knife and fork in and made a freaking slice. The pan had been out of the case for like an hour. And my uncle,
Uncle Sam.
Shh, don't say which uncle it was. All right, so look at what we've got. I'm going to put this stuff on.
Don't say which uncle it was.
So here's the deal. Look what I've got. These are, what the hell are these things?
Chicken cutlets?
What are these fucking things called?
Chicken cutlets.
Thinly sliced, boneless, skinless chicken breast fillets. If you didn't have this, I would take a chicken breast, put it in a Ziploc bag, throw a little olive oil, a little bit on both sides, Stu, seal the bag, and then use an olive oil bottle, a vodka bottle, or a mallet, whatever you've got, to pound it to about this thickness. It's much easier just to buy this, okay? And now they're just gonna go in here. You want them coated well with this seasoned flour.
Did you oil that or no?
I didn't oil it, but it came right out of the package and it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine. And you know what? I read a really interesting article that talked about whether you need to take your chicken when you get it from the store, and if you have to, here's just a big hunk of fat that doesn't need to be there. They could have cut that off. Thanks a lot, guys. Whether you need to take your chicken when you bring it home from the store and rinse it and wash it off. Do you do that, Lynn?
I do.
Yeah. Here's
I
what the
never
article
have.
said. The article said, not only do you not have to do that because you're going to cook it to a temperature that will kill anything bad with it, unless you're undercooking your chicken, which I don't think any of us are doing. I think everybody knows what undercooked chicken looks like, right?
Yeah, translucent.
Translucent, right? What's that piece of fat? I don't want. Get off of me. Come on. Shit. But what happens is, check this out. You bring a chicken home, you take it out of the bag, you freak out, and you put it right here, and you throw the water on it, and now you see what's happening? Like the water's splashing all over here. Now you're getting chicken bacteria all over your counter. It's disgusting. So forget that. Don't bother doing that. Unless you want to eat it raw, then maybe you should do that. By the way, I did not just condone eating chicken raw.
Who wants to eat chicken raw?
Don't email me and say that was a dumb thing to say.
There's no chicken tartare recipes?
Lewis!
Whoa. 7 minutes.
Okay, no problem. Okay, so here's what I've got. Right? So far, we've got this chicken in this seasoned flour, all on this plate right here. Lewis, get yourself a chihuahua.
We've chicken, floured, that's it.
We've got chicken, seasoned flour. Lewis! Marona me. Now here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna cook this in butter, because butter's gonna add what, Max?
Flavor.
Right?
And lubrication.
And lubrication, but we're gonna add olive oil.
Yeah, oh, I love this.
And why do we add the olive oil? To keep the butter from burning.
Yep. And to give us even more lubrication.
Right. We're doing fantastic. Once we get this hot enough, Stu, this is going to take about, I don't know, 2.5 to 3 minutes aside. I want it a little hotter. I want to see a
That's
little
nothing.
bubbling all the way through here. But once I get it bubbling all the way through, even though I've got this on high, I'm going to turn it down a bit. Because I don't want this to burn, baby.
Yeah, put it in. Come on.
It's not quite ready.
Damn it.
It's got to be the right temp, you know?
Damn it.
It doesn't have to go in like you're deep frying donuts or something like that, but it definitely has to be hot enough, and I'm trying to get it there. I don't want this butter to become brown butter. Not that brown butter is bad, It's not a flavor profile I'm going for in this piccata.
9 minutes.
I know this is boring. That's okay. What's going to happen is we're going to get this going here, and then we'll come right back. We'll get it in, and then we'll come right back, and we'll be flipping it, and we'll be finishing it off. It's going to be great. Fortunately, I have vodka to carry me through this little wait period.
Well, I don't have any vodka.
Well, you guys are drinking beer and tequila. Okay, let's put this in.
9:30.
Okay, here we go.
Beautiful.
See the sizzling? You need some sizzling, Jeff, when you, Stu, when you put this in.
Oh, this is gonna be so good.
Smell it already.
It's just chicken and flour. It's nothing.
It's just chicken and flour. But that outside is going to help give it like a nice little crust. It'll be fantastic. All right, so here's the deal. We're going to let these guys finish the first side. It's going to be 3 minutes. We'll flip them. We'll come back, let them finish cooking. We'll show you how to finish off the piccata. By the way, this is all for you, Stu. You know why? Because you asked for it. Boom. That's like a
lucky guy.
Relic from a 1960s show that was so good. See you in a second. All right, Stu, check this out. So look at, I got 2 pieces here. I put one on top of the other because this guy was thinner and he was done cooking, but I didn't want him to get cool. So I set him on top of this big guy in the pan. And then this guy here is done. Okay, so there's the chicken. The chicken's been in about, I don't know, maybe 3 minutes aside. And it's beautiful, but we don't want it to get cold, Stu, so we cover it up. Just leave it, right? Everybody's happy with that. Now, we keep the heat going right here.
Oh.
We got a couple things we got to add. Go that way. Let me just remind myself what I want.
How'd you know it's done?
Well, one of them was a little thick, and I took this and squished it down, and it kind of busted a little bit, and I saw what was going on inside, and I had a sense of when it was right. But a couple, 2.5, 3 minutes aside for thin is fine on decent heat. Okay, but let's do this. This is important. Okay. So now what we've got here is we've got these remnants of the chicken bits in here, all super, super important. Max, you might want to back up just a little bit. I'm going to add vermouth to this. You could use white wine if you didn't want to use alcohol. You could very easily use chicken broth. So I'll put like half a cup of this in here while it's on the heat. And what's happening is it's steaming up, but more importantly, it's gonna help us collect up all this, the little stuff stuck to the bottom. And the stuff stuck to the bottom is called fond, F-O-N-D, which is stupid. Why they need a word for being able to say stuff stuck to the bottom, I don't really know. But you know, the chefs, they want to do something like that. So we're gonna add that. We're gonna add juice of about half a lemon. Quickly. Like, oh, wow, I was way too fast for you.
You were.
Upside down like that. Try not to get any seeds in here. Okay, that's going. Then, when my hands are soaking wet from the lemon. Oh my God. We got trouble. I need a rubber glove. Shit.
For what?
Want me to do it?
No.
What do you need a rubber glove
I can't.
for?
My hands
to
are
open
soaking
it?
wet and I can't get the...
I can do it if you need.
I got it. We need capers. Mother.
As Lynn said earlier, capers are everything in this.
Capers are everything in this. So capers are the bud of a flower. So don't be cheap with the capers, right? So the capers are in. The lemon juice is in. The vermouth is in. We're going to let this heat right here. Hold on, I'm going to give it a little salt and pepper. Just a little bit, and I've got it combined right here. And then...
And then what?
You ready?
Yeah.
Butter.
What?
Yep. Then we add a little bit of butter to this.
Wow. It's
It
almost
just-
like a butter sauce.
No, well, it thickens it, and it makes it really dreamy, velvety, and really luxurious. I can turn that down a bit. Just let that do its thing. Okay, you go over there. Now let's get this thing all plated up, shall we?
Hi, Lucky.
It's too much. Well, I think I need some parsley. You know what? I went to the store today to get everything, and I go, I'm not going to buy parsley because I think I have parsley. And I did have parsley.
Good.
By the way, it doesn't always work out like that.
Yeah, I know, but it does suck when you buy something and then you do have it.
Right. I'm going to throw a little parsley in here. You don't need to see it. Oh, steamed.
Wow.
Mamma mia. And a little extra for after. Okay. So let's do this. Let's take one piece of this chicken, like this guy right here. Okay? And now a spoon. Look how simple that is. Should we try it?
Oh yeah,
Should we try it and see how we did? We want Stu to be proud of us, right? And you want a little more fresh parsley that's not heated up, you can do that. You know what would be really good? This would be really good, Stu.
A little lemon zest to go.
A
with
little
the
lemon
juice.
zest. Oh yeah,
Nice.
it could be unbelievable. Okay, here we
Zest
go.
is like the best part, man.
It's like the best part, right? So you've got all these capers on here. You've got this. We'll just go to this little crazy corner right here. So here's what we're looking at. Do you see the moisture here, Stu? Can you see that on your camera? Mm-hmm. Okay, this is important that you recognize what's going on here. It's not dried out. And now we take a bite. Too many capers.
Oh yeah, it's very, very moist still.
God. Look, I know that some piccata has Parmesan cheese in it somewhere along the line. I don't think it needs it, because I think what we've got right here is honestly almost like a perfect meal. Chicken is really good, really healthy, really low calorie, really low fat protein. And then think about what else you're adding. You're adding a little vermouth. Okay, so it's got a little butter in it, but it's got the capers. There's really nothing else. Max, have this bite.
Amazing.
It's crazy, right?
First chicken piccata ever.
First time you've ever had it.
I love it.
All right. Stu, this was for you. Here's the thing that I think is important. It doesn't make a thick crust. It's not like you're eating pancakes, a pancake batter coated on top of chicken. That's not what it should be. It's not burnt. It's not dry. It's delicious. It's thin. If you can't buy them thin like that, bang them thin like that inside of a Ziploc bag like we talked about. All right. I hope this answers your questions. Stu, here's what I want you to do. Here's all you owe us. Make chicken piccata. Send us a picture of your work. Is that cool? That's fair, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You can't ask for more than that. You can't ask for less than that. Less than that would be nothing. All right, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, guys. Here's the deal. If you have questions, send them. We're happy to answer them here. Really happy to answer them here. We're about you cooking better. It's that simple. Thanks for hanging out. Holy shit, is that good? Thanks for hanging out. I think even Kelly would like that. And she's difficult to cook for. Thanks for hanging out with us. What's today? Today's Monday. See you Wednesday. I don't know what we're gonna do, but it's gonna be fun. That's for sure. Bye.